Patch 7.2 is going to introduce a lot of new features. Among these we find class mounts, which won't just be handed to you, but instead be the reward at the end of a questline tailored to your class fantasy. However, this is nothing new to the game at all. Back in vanilla, most classes acquired their first level 60 ground mounts by simply training the riding skill and buying the mount off a vendor. But some classes got the chance to set out on challenging questlines to earn the epic mounts unique to them and only them. In this video, we're going to talk about the original Paladin quest chain to unlock their level 60 chargers. In present day, when you hit level 40 with a Paladin, you are simply given the spell to summon your epic ground mount. But back in vanilla, a long, difficult and expensive quest chain awaited if you ever wanted to ride in style like a true Paladin. However, before we take a closer look at the quest chain, I just want to drop a quick reminder that during vanilla, Paladins were only available to the Alliance, and this video only covers their original quest chain. The Blood Elves would later receive a vastly different storyline to receive their mount, and if you like this video, I will gladly make one about that one as well. The quest chain to receive the charger was divided into three parts: the Censer, the Barding, and the Scryer. The first of these two could be completed in any order, and together they would test the Paladin's skill, dedication, and wallet. When you reach level 60, your trainer in Ironforge, Brandor Ironhammer, considers you ready for the task ahead. The time has come for you to learn about what it will take for you to acquire something you have no doubt waited on for some time, your charger. Speak with Lord Grayson Shadowbreaker in Stormwind's Cathedral District. It is he who will guide you not only through the Legate domain of a Paladin's most trusted mount, but the tasks before you acquire one of your own. I wish you the best in this trial, for the light. In the Stormwind Cathedral District, Lord Grayson welcomed you and offered a quest to start the Censer and Barding parts of the adventure that lied ahead. I am glad to see you. I know you have awaited word as how to acquire your charger, and now that time has come. You will be surely tested in many different ways, but most importantly in your willingness to rise above numerous obstacles thrust before you. These are not done as a learning exercise. Your stature is beyond simple educational tests. You must save your future companion from the clutches of the evil you have spent your life fighting. Take heed, your time has come. The Censer part of the quest chain immediately starts off by demanding a huge sacrifice from the Paladin. The steed that we were looking for to use as our charger was currently the mount of a corrupted Death Knight known as Dark Reaver. To defeat the Death Knight and bring the horse back to the light, you needed the exorcism censer of High Priest Rohan. However, even though we will use the relic in the name of the light, we must make a donation to the High Priest to help him replace the artifact. The required money was 150 gold. Today that is a laughable amount, but in vanilla it was quite a lot of money. The High Priest Rohan gets very thankful for our generous donation, as the 150 gold is more than enough to replace the censer. Blessings unto you, friend Paladin. Your donation goes far beyond what was needed. Your sacrifice will not only help us recover what we have lost, but also help us to help those most in need here in Ironforge. Now let me make sure I have suitably prepared this censer for your future needs. When this was done, the Paladin was sent to put the relic to use. The scourge still ravaged the Plaguelands, and undead horrors and restless spirits were everywhere. Lord Grayson sent the Paladin to Terrordale, one of the first places that fell to the scourge, leaving it nothing more than a ghost town. Here we had to use the exorcism censer to draw out the spirits and slay them. When the task was finished, the censer part of the questline was done. As the Paladin returned, Lord Grayson stated that to render the judgment of the light on those that dwell in darkness was a task a Paladin must approach with vim and zeal, and that we have just done that with our sacrifice in Ironforge and our judgment of the spirits in Terrordale. The other task that needed to be completed before the confrontation with Dark Reaver was to create the perfect barding for the mount. And according to Lord Grayson, this will be far more complicated than you would think. A paladin's charger is nothing more than a pack animal without the proper barding for it. The barding used by your charger not only needs to be of the finest materials possible, but because of the circumstances involved, it must also be sufficiently attuned to the spirit realm. First things first, let's get your barding made. In Stormwind's Dwarven district is one of the finest craftsmen living today, Grymond Elmore. His work will not be cheap, but his quality is what we seek. Speak with him. Once again, the paladin's strength and wallet would be tested. To create the barding, you needed 40 rune cloth, 6 Arcanite bars, 10 Arthas tears, as well as an additional 150 gold. On top of that, 5 vials of Stratholm holy water was required, which meant the paladin had to find help, then venture into the ruined town of the Eastern Plaguelands. After the barding has been crafted, all that remains is to bless it to attune it to the spirit realm. However, this could only be done by an ancient equine spirit, and one of these just happens to be held prisoner by the corrupted tree and Tendris Warpwood in Dire Maul. Not only did the spirit need to be saved, the paladin also had to offer a special horse feed, which was only made by the crazy Meredith Carlson at Southshore. This meant parting with another 50 gold, emptying the paladin's pockets even further. However, now the equine spirit could bless the barding, which meant that both the required tasks to finish the paladin's adventure were now completed. As a final task before the paladin can go after his charger, the exorcism sensor must be transformed into an item called the Divination Scryer. Lord Grayson was able to assist with this, if the paladin could bring him 1 Azerothian diamond and 1 pristine black diamond. If the paladin couldn't farm these himself, it meant parting with more gold at the auction house. But after returning to Lord Grayson, all the preparations were now done for the confrontation with the Death Knight Dark Reaver. These are fine specimens. The final pieces are now in place. At long last, your time has come. In the depths of the great ossuary of Scholomance are the skeletal remains of many beings. Amongst them is a once noble charger. The hollowed soul of this charger now serves as the steed for the Death Knight Dark Reaver. It is he whom you will face, and it is this steed that you will pass judgment upon. Only you can redeem its soul and save it from the torment of its servitude. Now, the paladin had to get a group together, travel to the original Scholomance, and claim his just reward. In the Grand Ossuary's basement, you first had to kill Rattlegore and all the trash. Then, you would challenge Dark Reaver by placing the Divine Scryer on the floor. Before Dark Reaver himself joined the encounter, the group had to deal with several waves of adds. Each wave of adds consisted of a pack of spirits, followed by an extra tough mob, and the paladin had to make use of his different judgments to help the group proceed. After the last wave of mobs, Dark Reaver himself would appear and fight the paladin and his allies with a strong Shadow Bolt attack and the ability to mind control members of the party. However, when Dark Reaver lay defeated, the paladin could finally approach the spirit of the fallen charger and redeem it. A glimmer of life, long vacant from the poor beast, shines in its eyes as you hand its judged soul back to it. You feel a holy rush of power surge around you as you place the barding on its back, having judged the charger redeemed. The charger nuzzles your hand as the burdens of the past are lifted from the beast. You now feel as though you can call upon this beast to serve as your steed should a need arise. You have claimed your epic charger, Paladin. Congratulations. Alright, this concludes the questline that the Alliance Paladins had to go through to get their unique epic class mount in vanilla. The quest chain remained up until Cataclysm, after which the Paladins would simply learn to summon the mount automatically when they reach the appropriate level. I hope you have enjoyed this look back to an iconic questline that has been lost to history. And if you did, please give the video a thumbs up and leave any thoughts and comments down below. Also, if you want to see more of World of Warcraft from a different perspective, be sure to subscribe to the channel and I will be back with more stuff as soon as I can. And finally, a big extra thank you to all my amazing supporters on Patreon. You really are the greatest of people and you have no idea how much you are helping me out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And with this, I'm going to end the video. So until next time, take care.